Wangan Midnight is a very unique arcade-style racing game that was released for the PlayStation in 2001. And this game would be part of a successful series of racing games that would be released in Japan for not just only the PlayStation 2, but would see releases on the Sony PSP and later even on the PS3. And the game proved to be very popular and is also inspired by an iconic anime series that would have also seen a lot of popularity within the region back in that time, and even today is still quite popular. As if you've ever seen or heard of the Initial D series, the Wangan Midnight series is equally as popular in terms of how it plays out. From what I have found, and even elements that I have seen of videos online, and even some of the games I have played before, because I did own the PS3 version a few years back where I actually bought it online. I actually bought the game on eBay and I remember trying to play it. Now I struggled with it, I'll be honest, because I didn't really know what I was doing, and it was tough to get into because it's the type of game, yes, there's different modes available, and to try and figure out what to do. Like, the one thing that's apparent with these games is the graphics are incredible. They're really nice for the visual style, the sense of speed that it gives you, and the elements and the atmosphere that surrounds the game is very reflective of the anime series. It really captures the anime series style and atmosphere down to a T. But it is a tough game to understand, really, to know what to do, and it plays and acts very like the Tokyo Extreme Racer series as well, if you've ever played them, and does cover a lot of various aesthetics where you do race against other opponents on the city streets within Tokyo and in other areas of Japan, and your goal is to try and beat them, but you also have to defeat them by a certain length. And you also, with regards to the career mode or the story mode, you don't just have to defeat them outright, you have to complete various objectives where you have to stay within a certain distance of them. And the game does give you instances of what to do, but even at that, the game can be tough to understand how to complete certain tasks and missions, and because of the language barrier, because it's a Japanese game, a lot of people can struggle to understand. You will get so far in the game and then at some point you will get completely stumped because you'll be overtaking people in a race and you think you have won, only to realise that you failed the mission and you can't understand why. You'll be thinking to yourself, what's going on here? You'll be left scratching your head, but it's only because there's some sort of clue or there's a challenge that you have to complete within that mission itself. But because the fact is, with the game being in Japanese, it can be difficult to figure out exactly what that is as such. Now, in all honesty, I definitely think that this game, because it plays really well and it is a fun game and it's a beautiful looking game in its own right for a PS2 game, but I definitely think it's deserving of a fan translation. I think that that will definitely give it more lasting appeal, and it will open up this game to a wider variety of audiences in other regions. And again, it will just make it easier for people in general to understand, even likes of myself, to understand what to do in the game and to understand how to play it properly so that they can actually finish it. Because that's the thing, because you get so far in it and then when you get stuck, you're kind of like, well, what do I do next? So you've completely lost words. So unless there's a guide out there, or what I'll probably have to do is do a bit more research and spend time and try to figure things out, which I probably will have to do in the future. But even with that, it doesn't take away from this game. This game has some really great visuals, even with the replay modes, the camera angles. It has almost like a cinematic, almost movie style element to it. It does it really well. It has a really good use and visual prowess of the game. Everything just feels high quality when you're looking at it. Everything feels like you're just watching a digital movie as such. It looks really good. It's a beautiful looking game, and considering it's a PS2 game, that's what's even more incredible. This game, the likes of, even when you look at the likes of Gran Turismo, among a couple of other games seen on the PlayStation, this game really helped to push the boundaries of what was possible. It really is a beautiful looking game, and I can't fault it for a second. And if you do like these type of unique and quirky style street racing games, this is definitely another one I definitely recommend that you check out, even if you're a fan of the Tokyo Extreme Racer series. Again, check this one out because it is very similar in comparison to how it plays. Again, it does take a bit of getting used to, and there's definitely a few other features and dynamics that you will have to familiarise yourself in order to understand what to do, but I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out once you put some time into it. But it is a good all-round solid experience in my opinion that is definitely worth a try, and especially if you're looking for more obscure and quirkier style of game that very few people would even know about. I would highly recommend you check it out, and I would love to know your thoughts on Wangan Midnight for the PS2 if you have played this game yourself, and if so, what do you think of the game overall? Do you enjoy these quirkier style of games, or did you even know that this game even exists, or are you a fan of the actual anime series itself? I'd love to hear whatever stories you have of this game, so be sure to share it down in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be updated with future videos. And if you would like to see more content on the channel around other types of racing games similar to this, then be sure to check out the playlist here on screen to see more of those games in action. And I will see you all in the next one.